To God be the glory in the highest. I greet every one of you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Our text for today shall be taken from the book of Titus chapter 1 verses 15. Titus chapter 1 verses 15. I read, "Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled." What God is telling you and I this day is that everything Christ said is possible is possible. If you see a sinner will tell you that nobody can be pure. A sinner will tell you that nobody can live without sin, because he himself is not pure. That is what Titus chapter 1 verses 15 said, that unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving, defilement and unbelieving make us to assume that nobody can be pure. Christ said in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verses 48. Matthew chapter 5 verses 48. I read, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." Christ is the one telling us here that we should be perfect as God the Father is perfect. If it is not possible for us to be perfect, Christ cannot tell his disciples, cannot tell us that it is possible. So that is why we need to believe everything Christ has promised. We should not only believe in the miracles Christ has promised. We should not only believe in other things, material things, and even spiritual gifts that Christ has promised. We should also believe in the holiness and the perfection that Christ said is possible. In the book of 1 John chapter 4 verses 17, 1 John chapter 4 verses 17, "Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world." As Christ is, so are we in this world. Christ is perfect, so are we in this world. It's not after we have died that is when we are going to be perfect. In this world, it is possible for us to be perfect. In this world, it is possible for us to be holy. So that is why we must believe what Christ has said, and we should not think that we are not able. That is what Titus chapter 1 verse 15 told us, that unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. If you see somebody that has been committing adultery with another people outside, if that person have a wife, that person will also be suspecting a wife. Maybe she's committing adultery because the man himself is in adultery. So he thinks everybody in this world is committing adultery because he himself is committing adultery. So, and that is not possible, that is not probable. That is what the man will be saying, that it is not possible to live without sexual immoralities because he himself is not free from sexual immoralities. So that kind of man will be suspicious of his wife. But if you see a man that loves purity, a man that is not defiled, such an individual will not be suspecting or be suspicious of his wife, because he knows that the grace that God has given him to live without sexual immorality, the same grace can be given to his wife. That is why God is telling you and I today that we should believe and we should love purity. We should know that purity without sin is possible, and we should not be defiled or unbelieving type. God bless you. Jesus only can save.